What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? All right. How is everybody doing? Which scientists' good enough efforts revolutionized our everyday technology? Find out when the ad ends in about 3 minutes. Okay. Okay, hot shot. Like, why am I being yelled at? No quests available, so we're done with these quests. Yeah. The Blight, the Earl, rest and resupply. You've arrived in Lothering. Past the village lies the Imperial Highway. Yes, Broken Circle. Need to do premium content right there. Okay. Mother! What's up, eyes? Like kryptonite. I'm gonna lurk because I have to be up at 7 hours. Alright, alright. I don't have to be up in 7 hours, but I do have to be up in closer to that. No, 10 hours.
I see.
But I hope all is well. All is well. But at least wanted to stop by and say hello before I crash. And of course, I can't hear you right now. Hit with the ads again. Yeah, the ads are to get rid of when you first pop into the thing. They haven't been working properly from what I've been hearing or seeing. But it is what it is, I guess.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
You're welcome.
The name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandor. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
They worked me to death over 20 hours of last week. And just from cleaning the school, and I'm on a deep clean this Saturday too. Are you getting paid extra for doing the school since it's so big? John B. Good enough significantly contributed to technology by inventing random access memory and a lithium-ion battery. Well, that's good. At least you're doing more. Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way. I doubled Friday and Saturday. Wow. I'll doubt you want to travel with the Grey Warden.
Grey Wardens? My,
That's
that
good.
does rather explain a lot. No offense, but I suspect there's more excitement on your path than my boy and I can handle. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune, though.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
So be it. As you wish.
Don't you see me?
Hello.
We'll be off as soon as this mess is cleaned up. Thank you, Carney, for all your assistance.
Another. Which is great because I had to advance 400 from this check. I'm working toward covering my insurance payment. So I'm probably not going to notice that the 400 is missing. True, 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 true. But hey, at least you can do stuff. Use broken circle. Creatures. Less related. My shoulders are dead though. They feel like they're dislocated even though they're not. I probably won't be in. I believe he's already asleep. Yeah, I figured I didn't send out the message out soon enough. It's all good. You know, I just sent it out in case you guys are able to get in. If you are, that's cool. If not, you know, you guys got lives too. But yeah, I get that on the shoulders jacked up. I had stuff at work on Friday and I got pretty beat up. My shoulders are a little toast, right? Meow. So yeah, I definitely get that whole aspect.
We'll be off as soon as this mess is cleaned up. Thank you, Carney, for all your assistance.
I'm assuming Austin is at work. It's all good. Part of the job. It happens.
Bad dreams, huh?
It seems
Well, it is
so real.
Sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde, and we feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight. I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you.
Appreciate it.
It was scary at first for me too. I screamed like a little girl. Duncan said he thought I had someone in my room. Not embarrassing at all. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Yes? Well, here I am. I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell, and the darkness drew me in. When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, The ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was. A single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith. I suppose you will never understand. No one does. It's all right. I know what I know, and no one will ever make that untrue.
Disappointed. Disappointing. There's my puppy. There's the shop. Where's that? There she be. Oh man, it's hot in here.
What do you wish of me? We are in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any. I am here because Flemeth commanded me to aid you. Why? Do you wish me to leave? I can do so if you prefer. If I wanted to leave, then I would go. I remain, so do not ask such pointless questions.
No! I don't want to lose her. Skip that.
Bad dreams.
Yeah.
The archdemon, it... Anyhow.
Party camp. Enchantment. Go to the party camp. The last time you traveled to the open road, you caught a glimpse of the merchant in the distance. He appears to be following you. If you set up camp, he might catch you. Banlorn's lands. There are rumors of a few survivor outsiders escaped the prisons of Banlorn. Is seeking the aid of the Grey Warden. The band's lands lie in the northwest reach the Baron or escape prisoner is likely to take refuge in the... Okay.
What do you wish of me?
Okay,
If you must. Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be? Sometimes I do wonder the very same thing. Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience. Ah, I see. That does explain much. I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire. As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful, a fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her. The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the dread Lord Conabar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conabar the jealous lord, who looked on from afar. Lord Conabar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife, and Osen agreed.
Dun, dun, dun.
The life of a bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Lord Conabar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess.
So
Osen
rude.
was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge. that was not the point. Conobar had no honor, so she would not have him. Flemeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conobar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conobar's allies chased Flemeth, you see. Chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies. The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began. You ask if I have sisters. I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too. The Chastened tell of a falling out between Flemeth and her daughters. They say that one day she hunted them all through the wilds and ate their hearts. It may be true. I have never seen another witch or heard of one. Perhaps one day Flemeth will eat my heart as well. Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless. Nothing. I wish to know nothing more. I find myself a little envious, to tell the truth. But it matters not. Let us move on.
It's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Fennick, at your service once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes? I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Discount. Gotta buy all those potions, because you know how bad I suck at this. By a master and rarely seen outside the most prestigious. Doom gives the reader 1 point to spend on a talent or spell. Arcanes, huh? What? Tier 7? Dragon Bone. 131. My goodness. Tier 4. Tier just because. Plus. I will Pellar 8 while exploring. Increase monetary gain. Range critic. Is that cold? Hand puppet. Step flute. backpack. Okay. Heals around here. Get just grab out of my face. Plus 2 constitution. Gift. Tier 3.
You're a hard man to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins, Levy the trader.
Levy.
Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's... well, no more. A tragedy it is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled. My family, well, past a bit checkered to see. Nobles look at us with disdain. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as freeloaders. So King Arlen banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles. Hard to say. After King Arlen died, there was a civil war, loads worse than this one, and our family was on the run, hunted by enemies, with nary a friend in the world. But Drydens are tough. We rebuilt, became merchants, and we never lost our pride. Our family's only crime was guarding the kingdom against the Blight. We're not ashamed of that. Ask for the truth. My family reveres Sophia Dryden. We know she died at the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak. We want evidence to clear her name. It won't restore our land or our titles, but it'll restore our honor. Well, no one's been to Soldier's Peak since Arlen's days. At least none that's come back. I spent years mapping the maze of tunnels to the peak, and I found the way a few years back. So I went to Duncan, I did, and I said that he could reclaim the old base and my family could have its honor. Soldier's Peak is strategic and symbolic importance. Duncan said that it would be worth it right there. He also hoped to recover lost Warden history and perhaps a few old relics. No one knows what's up there now. A thousand blessings upon you, Warden. I'll mark down the location on your map. When you arrive, we'll pick our way through the tunnels together.
Okay.
Hello. The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called him a... what was it now? A savant. I had no idea such a thing existed. He can fold lyrium into almost any weapon or piece of armor, though naturally some of the more extravagant materials will take more lyrium than others. It's a process that some of the master smiths back in Orzammar will perform, but my boy here is just as adept at it. Isn't that right, boy?
Enchantment!
And there you have it.
Enchantment!
No runes. I ain't got no room. Ain't got no room. Oh, we're gonna save because I'm a scrub at playing this game.
Indeed.
Yes.
We're gonna go with the dog. Holy smoke. Bearing the Lord's land. Abandoned. Like docks. Red Cliff Village. Frostback Mountains. Soldier's Peak. We got here. Wide open map. I see nothing. That's what I see.
Indeed.
Yes.
I mean, I can't travel.
Indeed.
Yes.
Let's go here.
I shall do it.
You'll have to forgive me if I seem a bit nervous. Not many people traveling in this part of Ferelden. Of course, that's part of my problem, isn't it? Mule got spooked by a wisp and ran off into the woods. Now what do I do? Waiting for my helper to find the damn mule, of course. Freezing! Oh, I suppose you meant, why am I out here? As in this part of the country. Allow me to introduce myself. Felix de Grosbois, merchant and entrepreneur at your service. A Grey Warden? That's quite impressive, isn't it? My word. I don't normally take this route, but with the war, I was hoping for a bit of luck and good weather in the mountains. Sadly, I've had neither. Ugh, this trip has been one miserable disaster after another. I don't suppose you'd consider helping a fellow out? Of all the other things that went wrong, the worst is this artifact I brought in Jada. It's a control rod, I'm told, for a golem. No point in me keeping it, however, as I'll never get to use it. But, maybe you could? Just as well. You'll find the golem in a village named Honleith, in the hinterlands. Here, I'll mark it on your map. I've heard it might be dangerous there with all the darkspawn about, but I'll wager that's not an issue for someone like you. Just hold up the rod and say Dulaf Gar. That will wake the golem up, so I'm told. I hope it works. Best of luck to you then. Now, I guess it's up to me to find that mule myself.
I can get a golem. I can get
Shall
a
be done.
golem. Golem's there. Let's go get the golem. Why not? Let's fight me.
How did a child survive that? The crater is still smoking. It's a boy. 5 fingers, 5 toes. That's all that matters to me. The Maker has answered our prayers. Let's go home, Marta, and raise the tyke as our own.
Okay. Golem, Soldier Peak.
Let's finish this.
Sometimes silence is best.
Wipe them out! So be it.
The enemy crossblood.
You cannot win! Run while you can! Delightful! Very well. I see.
None shall see me.
None shall see me. Disappear. I like airplanes in the night sky. I like shooting stars. I could really use a wish right now. Wish right now. Wish right now. Need a key.
Tis you.
It's you.
I see. Oh, this should be good. Tear them apart. I see. Another battle, I see.
Key to the chest. Old school games where you can't do any jumping.
What we are looking at is a golem. It would appear it is defunct, though there may be a way to revive it yet.
Sometimes silence is best.
Prized cheese knife. The tier 5. Yeah. None shall see me. Leanne sent me a Snapchat. It's a picture of her eyeball. Right? Weird guy. What the heck? Sometimes I wonder.
Indeed.
Yes.
indeed.
Rushback Mountains. Can I go back to Ozamar? Alright. Duncan.
Yes?
God. Bard sings an ancient brings in the party bonus to mana or stamina regen at a rate by the bard's kind. Okay. Crippling shot below the belt. Shot stiff. I love how she's
Yes?
Of course that's part of my problem, isn't it? Allow me to introduce myself. Felix de Gross. Sadly, I've had neither. Ugh, this trip. It's a control rod, I'm told, for a... You'll find the... I've heard... Just hold up the rod and say Dulaf Gar. That will wake the golem up, so I'm told.
dagger. This Ross. Alright, so she needs. What is she? She's a rogue. She's a bard. She's got lockpick, sturdy footing. It's nice. She's an archer. Okay. She's got no weapons. Why does she have this if she's an archer? Let's do this. That's all we can give you right about. Need some items. We need some items.
Oh, why, you little... Oh, you're so funny. Such rapier wit. Your furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me. Look. Don't you think I don't know it? Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me. I once heard a really old legend about how the hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone.
Oh, don't be mean to the doggo.
Hey!
Hey.
Ugh, look at what your fool dog placed in my pack. A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something a woman wants to find in her unmentionables. Dirty Mungle can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again. I just did. I don't want it, you worthless fur bag.
Oh, that's my doggo you're talking about right there.
Oh, he's just trying to be manipulative, I can tell. I do it too.
Okay. Alright, let's see if we can't pick up some items for her.
If there's anything I can do for you, please tell me. I suppose since you told me about you being a Grey Warden, it's only fitting for me to be as open. I'm originally from Orzammar, just as you are, I suspect. You don't have the look of a surface dwarf about you. I was a merchant there, too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose. One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that. Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for me. The lost tides. They're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure. Something worth a little gold. That's exactly how I see it. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back. You're quite welcome. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you? I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Don't have a bow? Don't have a bow. That's not good. Yeah. Rude. You're not even close.
Indeed.
Yes.
Damnation. Indeed.
It's
level.
It's your time to die. Now we can have make it plain.
So be it.
We are saving, 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 saving.
None shall see me.
More foul darkspawn.
You cannot win. I am going to force our hand. Wipe them out. Aha! Make this quick.
Very well.
Begin the onslaught.
Sometimes silence is best.
Garnet, garnet, garnet. Ah, darn it, darn it, darn it, but garnet, garnet, garnet. Money, see? Saving, see? Big out, big guy.
Very well.
Run while you can. Defend yourself. Now we can have another battle.
So be it.
Another battle, I say. It's your time to die. Wipe them out.
I see.
Make the game glitched.
As you wish.
None shall see me.
be it.
Miss Arrows. Let's go get your dagger. Let's go get your dagger. And then we could go try not to die. And then we can try not to die. Hope you liked my rendition. And 6 on strength plus 14. Nine.
So be it.
Sometimes silence is best.
Did it. Increases the character's determination and mental fortitude. With high willpower, mages can cast more spells. Thanks to deeper mana pools for warriors and rogues, willpower grants more stamina. This is rogue magic. Nature resistance and armor as well as the bear, slam, and rage abilities. Okay. Friendly fire is possible. Okay. Shook. heal. Ay, 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 force field. Okay. Maybe we're gonna do that. We're gonna go here. There. Heal. Play. So we're gonna do. Stop it. So hopefully this will help. So I can help heal.
I see.
And then we're actually gonna do. Ally health. And we're gonna do heal. And then yeah, we're gonna leave that. Self health 50%. Do life journey. And then we should be able to go back to me. Got a healer. Now that I've got a healer, I don't know why you guys are still popping up. Oh, we're gonna save because we need a big thing. You've been impaled, sir. Special brew. Memory. There. There I go. We're gonna load that. We're gonna load. That was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Okay, we're gonna go here and mark that. Let's go. ended that man's life.
Why does that always
Shall be done.
happen to me?
I don't know. Why does it always happen to you? Probably because you don't have a bow. Doesn't help. I need to get you a bow and I need to get you some arrows.
By the Maker, we're saved!
We're saved!
You weren't sent by the ban, were you? To save us? A Grey Warden? Here! Thank the Maker for our luck! But if you weren't sent by someone, why are you here? If you don't mind me asking. A control rod? Do you mean the one for shale?
Come here.
That damnable golem brought us nothing but trouble. My mother sold the rod years ago after it killed my father, and good riddance! My father's name was Wilhelm, mage to the Isles of Redcliffe and a hero in the war against Orlais, and what did he get? One day, my mother found him outside the tower, with so many broken bones she could barely recognize him, and shale standing over him just like it is now. My father deserved better than that. But if you really want to wake shale up, well, it's yours now. My mother never talked about it much. I was just a small child when my father died. Look, I know you probably have more important things on your mind, but I really need your help. I know you already saved my life, and I'm grateful, but my daughter is inside the laboratory. She was afraid and ran too far in before I could stop her. I don't know how she made it past my father's defenses. One of the men tried to go after her. He was killed, but you could find her, couldn't you?
You could find her.
You will? Thank the Maker! My father's laboratory is just past the next area, I think. She has to be there.
It has to be there.
Sometimes silence is best.
Spiderwebs everywhere. Death fruit, elf fruit. Victory. She's died twice. Let's see. this. And that's go there.
None shall see me.
What do you mean you've never climbed a tree? Don't cats like to be in trees? Oh look, someone's come to play. You have come to play, haven't you? We're playing a guessing game. It's better with more people. Father? Oh, you can tell him I'm fine. Maybe he'll come and stay with us, too. Anyway, you should go if you're not going to play. Kitty finds you distracting. Kitty's clever. She says you want to take me back to my father, but I'm not going. She would be lonely.
You are so kind, Amalia. I would miss you dearly if you left.
No! Leave me alone! Kitty!
Nothing you say will convince Amalia to go with you. She loves only me now. I am her friend, while you are just a stranger. It seems we are at an impasse, so let me propose a compromise of sorts. Release me, mortal, and let me have the girl. Let us return to her father and leave this place forever.
No! Kitty!
You will not take the child from me. She shall be mine forever.
Kitty! I didn't save after the big fight in the main room. Did I? Nope, I didn't. No, I did. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Cool, 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 cool. No, 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 I did not.
Shall be done.
It's your time! cats like... Oh, look. Someone's come to play. You have come to play, haven't you? Anyway, you should go if you're not going to play. Kitty finds you distracting.
You are so kind, Amalia. I would miss you dearly if you left. Nothing you say will convince Amalia to go with you. She loves only me now. Release me, mortal, and let me have the girl. I do not wish to harm Amalia. I merely want to see your world through her eyes. Thank you. You are very gracious. The mage's wards hold me within this chamber, and only a mortal may approach them. There is a trick to disarming the wards, but I do not know it. Perhaps you will succeed where the girl failed.
Oh, this is so exciting! Kitty is going to be free! I've always wanted a cat, and Kitty is... so perfect and pretty. I like it when Kitty sings to me.
It has begun.
Father doesn't like cats, but he never met
Shall be
me.
done. I shall do it. It shall be done. Very well. As you say,
Kitty says Grandpa Wilhelm locked her up in this room. Isn't
I
that
shall do
awful?
it.
Kitty is my best friend. I was thinking about the sun, silly.
It shall be done. Very well. It has begun.
Tell me a story.
Very well. As you say.
Oh, it's a flower. Is it a daffodil? I like daffodils.
Do some puzzles.
Very well. It shall be done.
I like it when Kitty sings to me. I was thinking about the sun, silly.
Shall be done. be done. Very well. It shall be done. I shall do it.
I like it when Kitty sings to me.
Very well.
Oh, it's a flower. Is it a daffodil? I like daffodils.
No.
I am still trapped. What is the matter?
No! Kitty!
You will not take the child.
What the heck?
Speak.
What do you mean you've never climbed a tree? Don't cats like... Oh, look! Someone's come to play. You have... Anyway, you should go if you're not going to play. Kitty finds you distracting.
You are so kind, Amalia. I would miss... Nothing you say will convince Amalia to go with you. She loves only me now. Release me, mortal, and let me have the girl. Let us return to... You will...
Shall be done.
Helmet. Let's suit all attributes. Let's go. Heavy. Mage. Item. Who's dead? When did I die? You get this helmet. Jay. I'm gonna save just because I don't know what to base on the way out, but yeah, see? Set. No.
happened to her? Is she in there? Why hasn't she come back? She's dead. Oh, my poor butterfly. Thank you for finding her, at least. I'm grateful. You'll need a phrase to activate Shale. It's Doolan Han. I wouldn't want the thing, but it's obvious you can handle yourself just fine. Now, I guess I'll go.
It looks like a golem, doesn't it? An actual golem, and not a statue at all. I wonder how it ended up here, of all places.
I knew that the day would come when someone would find the control rod. And not even a mage this time. Probably stumbled across the rod by accident, I suppose. Typical. It thinks I should be thankful. Well, of course it does. Why would it not? I stood here in this spot and watched the wretched little villagers scurry around me for, oh, I have no idea how long. Many, many years.
Oh, you poor dear. That would be really, really boring.
Then one wonders that you wouldn't be grateful to the one who allowed you to stretch your legs, Golem.
Another mage, I see. Charming.
Sure.
I was just beginning to get used to the quiet, too. Tell me, are all the villagers dead? Familiarity breeds contempt, as they say, and after 30 years as a captive audience, I was as familiar with these villagers as one could possibly be. Not that I wish their fate on them, no. But it did make for a delightful change of pace. Not as much as it would think. There was running and screaming, and then days and days of watching the Darkspawn prowl around. I would never have thought there could be something less interesting than the villagers, but there it was. Well, go on then. Out with it. What is its command? Did I? I honestly don't remember. Perhaps it was after yet another time he called me Golem. Golem, fetch me that chair. Do be a good Golem and squash that insipid bandit. And let's not forget, Golem, pick me up. I tire of walking. It does have the control rod, doesn't it? I am awake, so it must. I see the control rod, yet I feel... Go on, order me to do something. And, nothing. I feel nothing. I feel no compulsion to carry out its command. I suppose this means the rod is... broken? I suppose if I can't be commanded, this means I have free will, yes? It is simply, what should I do? I have no memories beyond watching this village for so long. I have no purpose. I find myself at a bit of a loss. What about it? It must have awoken me for some reason, no? What did it intend to do with me? I see. Wonderful. I suppose I have two options, do I not? Go with it or go elsewhere? I do not even know what lies beyond this village. I will follow it about then, for now. I am called Shale, by the way. This should be interesting.
It should be interesting.
Of all the...
Yes.
This should be interesting. Large spirit. YouTube. Okay. Alright, sit there. Stay. I got me a golem. I got me a golem. What? I don't know why I find that so funny, but I do. As you fought alongside this man at Oscar. Well,
Thank you. I didn't expect the band's men to notice my escape so quickly. I tried to hide here in the woods, but there wasn't time. And now I'm a dead man. You were there in Ostagar. You know how things went. For me, it was either this, or die in some darkspawn's belly, or be hung as a deserter. You were there with the Grey Wardens, one of Duncan's new recruits. I was to guard the king. He was my friend, understand? Maker. All that time in Ban Loren's prison. And I couldn't stop thinking about all they suffered that one dark night at Ostagar. I know. Even had Logain's men not turned their backs on us, the Darkspawn were too many. Even Kalen, for all his bravado, knew there would be no victory at Ostagar. The king entrusted me with the key to the royal arms chest. If anything were to happen to him, he said, it was vital I deliver it to the Wardens. I'd say so. It's where Kalen kept his father's sword. The one he always said he'd slay the archdemon with. More than that, there was a secret compartment where he kept documents concerning his dealings with Empress Celine and the Orlesians. He didn't get the chance. Duncan was so busy with the new recruits and keeping Logain at bay. Whatever his reasoning, it's me Kalen entrusted it to. The Maker has a sense of humor, doesn't he? I suppose it's for the best, however. Had I kept it, it would be in Ban Loren's hands by now. I was afraid. I thought I would lose it on the battlefield, so I stashed it in the camp. Please, it's probably still there. The key's behind a loose stone at the base of a statue. I'll draw a map for you, so you'll know where to search. If you have any survivors of the battle among your companions, take them with you. Their memory of the terrain will serve you well. I'm only sorry I cannot join you. It is vital that the king's documents do not fall into the wrong hands. As for Marik's sword, it is too powerful to be pawed at by those monsters. Same for the king's other arms and armor. And if you happen to find Kalen's body, see it off. He was our king. He shouldn't be left to rot amidst the Darkspawn's filth.
See if I can save him. I want to see if I can save him. I'm gonna rewatch this. Can't prove it.
most difficult battle.
None shall see me.
Thank you. I didn't expect the You were there in Ostagar. You make her. All that time in Ban Lawrence. The king entrusted me with the key to the royal... I was afraid. I thought I would lose it on the battlefield. If it is fine and...
Did not save him. Return to Ostagar. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Should have saved. Didn't save. Oh, a berserking dog. Or bear. I don't know what this is. Let's do enemy party usability. Use taunt.
So be it.
Sometimes silence is best.
Very well.
Didn't save it again.
If you could not hold it, was it ever yours?
Okay, guys, we're gonna end off stream here. When we pick back up on Wednesday, we will continue with returning to Ostagar and see what items and gear and other fun stuff we can pick up. So let's check on a potential person to raid.
You've got those on. You don't have frost weapons on for some reason.
All right.